Belle Elmore dreamed of bright lights and standing ovations. Born Kunigunda Makamotsky in Brooklyn, she yearned for a life beyond her humble beginnings. From a young age, she was captivated by the allure of the stage, the magic of performance, and the applause of an enraptured audience. The theatre was not just a place, it was a world where dreams could come true, where she could be anyone she wanted to be. Growing up in the bustling streets of Brooklyn, Kunigunda saw the city as a canvas of endless possibilities. She often imagined herself as a star, her name in lights, her voice echoing through grand halls. But the reality of her surroundings was starkly different. The streets were filled with the noise of daily life, and her family's modest means meant that her dreams seemed distant, almost unattainable. Determined to break free from the constraints of her upbringing, she reinvented herself as Belle Elmore, an aspiring actress and singer. The name Belle Elmore carried with it a sense of elegance and sophistication, a stark contrast to her roots. It was a name that she believed would open doors, a name that would be remembered. She threw herself into her new identity with fervor, honing her craft and seizing every opportunity to perform. The stage became her sanctuary, her voice captivating audiences in music halls across America. Each performance was a step closer to her dream, each applause a validation of her talent and hard work. The theatre was where she felt most alive, where the worries of the world melted away under the spotlight. It was in this vibrant world that she met Hawley Crippen, a quiet, unassuming man who offered her stability and a name known across the pond. Their meeting was serendipitous, a chance encounter that would change the course of her life. Belle and Hawley married in 1889 and embarked on a new chapter in England. The move was both exciting and daunting, a leap into the unknown. For Belle, it was a chance to conquer new stages, to bring her dreams to an international audience. He, a homeopathic physician, and she, chasing her theatrical ambitions, settled in London. The city, with its rich cultural history and vibrant arts scene, seemed like the perfect place for Belle to flourish. But the reality of life in the bustling metropolis was a far cry from her dreams. Her career faltered, her marriage grew strained, and the spotlight she craved seemed further out of reach. The challenges of adapting to a new country, coupled with the pressures of her career and personal life, began to take their toll. Despite the setbacks, Belle remained a vibrant presence. She found solace in the Music Hall Ladies Guild, a social group for women in the entertainment industry. The guild became her refuge, a place where she could connect with like-minded women who shared her passion for the arts. Her vivacious personality and infectious laughter made her a cherished member. She was known for her ability to light up a room, to bring joy to those around her, even in the face of adversity. Little did anyone know that their world and Belle's was about to be turned upside down. The challenges she faced were just the beginning of a story that would take unexpected and dramatic turns, forever altering the lives of those around her. Belle Elmore's journey was one of dreams and determination, of reinvention and resilience. Her story is a testament to the power of ambition and the enduring spirit of a woman who refused to let her circumstances define her. As we delve deeper into her life, we uncover the complexities and the triumphs, the heartaches and the joys that shaped Belle Elmore into the unforgettable figure she became. Stay with us as we explore the twists and turns of her remarkable journey, a story that continues to captivate and inspire. On a chilly January evening in 1910, Hawley and Belle Crippen hosted a small dinner party at their home in London. The guests were Paul and Clara Martinetti, fellow performers and acquaintances in the tight-knit theatre circle. The aroma of roasting meat filled the air as Belle, ever the gracious hostess, prepared a lavish spread. The evening was filled with lively conversation, laughter and the clinking of glasses. Belle, in her element, took to the piano, her voice ringing out in the small parlour. The guests were captivated by her performance, unaware that this seemingly ordinary night would be the last time they saw Belle Crippen. The days turned into weeks, and Belle Crippen vanished without a trace. Her absence from the Music Hall Ladies Guild meetings was met with concern. When inquiries were made, Hawley Crippen offered a string of peculiar explanations. He claimed that Belle had returned to America due to a family illness. Then his story changed, and he informed others that she had run off with a lover. Crippen's behavior grew increasingly erratic. He was seen with his young typist, Ethel Leneve, their interactions no longer the picture of employer and employee. He even gifted Ethel some of Bell's jewelry, raising eyebrows amongst their acquaintances. The whispers of suspicion began to grow louder. What had happened to Belle Crippen? The Music Hall Ladies Guild, a sisterhood forged in the shared dreams and struggles of the stage, refused to believe Crippen's flimsy tales. Belle's sudden disappearance, coupled with her husband's shifting stories and his blossoming relationship with Ethel Leneve, set alarm bells ringing. They knew Belle wouldn't simply disappear, especially not without a word to her closest confidants. Their concerns reached the ears of a family friend, strongman William Strong, who in turn contacted Scotland Yard. The police, initially hesitant to involve themselves in what seemed like a domestic dispute, began to take notice. The whispers had turned into a chorus of suspicion, and the name Hawley Crippen was at the center of it all. Section 5, the Inspector Calls. Enter Inspector Walter Dew, a rising star in Scotland Yard, known for his sharp mind and tenacity. Tasked with unraveling the mystery of Belle Crippen's disappearance, Dew found himself stepping into a tangled web of half-truths, inconsistencies, and a growing sense of unease. Dew paid a visit to 39 Hilldrop Crescent, the Crippens' residence. Crippen's demeanor, a strange mix of nervousness and defiance, did little to quell the inspector's suspicions. He questioned Crippen about his wife's whereabouts, only to be met with the same conflicting accounts that had fueled the rumors swirling around the case. Dew left that day with more questions than answers, but he was certain of one thing. Hawley Crippen was hiding something. Section 6. Flight and Capture. News of the police investigation sent shockwaves through the Crippen household. Fear gripped Hawley Crippen, and he made a fateful decision. He shaved off his moustache, disguised himself and Ethel Leneve as father and son, and fled England, boarding a ship bound for Canada. Their escape, however, would be short-lived. The transatlantic voyage became a race against time as Captain Henry Kendall of the SS Montrose, alerted by his keen observations and the wonders of the newly invented wireless telegraph, recognized the fleeing fugitives. The game was up. Inspector Dew, in a stunning display of transatlantic law enforcement, boarded a faster ship and intercepted the fugitives in Canada. Section 7. The Grisly Discovery. With Crippen and Leneve in custody, Inspector Dew returned to 39 Hilldrop Crescent, armed with a warrant and a growing sense of dread. A thorough search of the property commenced, and the air grew heavy with anticipation. Then, beneath the bricked floor of the cellar, a gruesome discovery was made. Buried in a shallow grave were human remains, carefully dismembered and wrapped in cloth. The discovery sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. Could this be the missing Belle Crippen? The evidence pointed towards a sinister act, and the world held its breath as forensic experts began their grim task of piecing together the truth. Section 8. Trial and Verdict. The trial of Hawley Crippen became a media sensation. The public was gripped by the unfolding drama, and the case was discussed in homes, workplaces, and on street corners. Newspapers devoured every detail, painting a picture of a cunning killer who had gone to great lengths to conceal his crime. Headlines screamed of betrayal, murder, and mystery, capturing the imagination of readers everywhere. The prosecution presented a compelling case, highlighting Crippen's contradictory stories, his hasty escape, and the grisly discovery beneath his cellar floor. They meticulously laid out the evidence piece by piece to build a narrative of premeditated murder. Crippen, maintaining his innocence throughout the trial, claimed that the remains were not Belle's but those of a former lodger. His calm demeanor and steadfast denials added a layer of complexity to the proceedings. His defense, however, was undermined by the forensic evidence and the testimony of witnesses who spoke of his strange behavior after Belle's disappearance. The prosecution's expert witnesses provided damning evidence that contradicted Crippen's claims. After a highly publicized trial that captivated the nation, the jury reached a verdict guilty. The courtroom was filled with a tense silence as the verdict was read, and the weight of the decision hung heavy in the air. Hawley Crippen was sentenced to death, The sentence was met with mixed reactions, with some feeling justice had been served, while others questioned the fairness of the trial. Ethel Leneve, tried separately as an accessory after the fact, was acquitted. Her acquittal added another twist to the already sensational story, leaving the public divided on her true involvement. Section 9. A century-long shadow. The case of Dr. Crippen and his vanished wife continued to fascinate and horrify long after the trial concluded. The gruesome details and the mysterious disappearance of Belle Elmore Crippen captured the public's imagination, making headlines across the globe. It became a tale whispered in hushed tones, a cautionary reminder of the darkness that could lurk beneath a veneer of normalcy. The story was passed down through generations, each retelling adding a layer of intrigue and fear. The story inspired books, films, and countless theories, cementing its place in the annals of true crime history. Authors and filmmakers found endless material in the chilling narrative, each interpretation bringing new perspectives and questions. In 2010, a century after Belle Crippen's disappearance, forensic science provided a long-awaited conclusion to the mystery. Advances in DNA technology allowed scientists to re-examine the evidence with fresh eyes, leading to groundbreaking discoveries. DNA analysis of the remains found beneath the cellar floor confirmed that they were indeed those of Belle Elmore Crippen. This revelation not only solved a century-old mystery, but also highlighted the power of modern science in uncovering the truth. The confirmation brought a sense of closure to a case that had captivated generations, finally giving Belle a voice and ensuring that her story would continue to be told. Her legacy, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, remains a poignant reminder of the enduring quest for truth and justice.